I just want to reiterate how you go about checking if a function is even or odd or neither. This is checking if the function is even or odd, not the degree. So I've found 5 problems here, and anytime you are going to check whether a function is even or odd, you need to substitute in negative x. So if I put a negative x into this first function, it would be a negative x quantity cubed minus 5 times a negative x. A negative x cubed, 3 negatives make a negative x cubed. Negative 5 times negative x is positive 5x. So this is my function by substituting in a negative x. So we are now going to check each part of it. My first term, negative x cubed, compared to my original function, x cubed. Those are opposites. My next term, positive 5x cubed. My second term here in my original function was negative 5x. Those are also opposites. Since when I plug in a negative x and I get the opposite of everything in my original function, that means that it is an odd function. Okay, let's try the next one. I'm going to substitute in a negative x. So it would be a negative x quantity squared minus 10. A negative times a negative is a positive. X times x is x squared, so I get positive x squared minus 10. Again, check every term. X squared, x squared. That is the same. Negative 10, negative 10. That is also the same. When I get the exact same function back, it is an even function. Let's try the next one. Substitute in a negative x. The cube root of the quantity negative x squared. Well, that's a cube root. A negative x times a negative x is a positive x squared. So let's check out our terms. The cube root of x squared, the cube root of x squared are the same. So if they're the same, it is an even function. Let's try the next one. Plug in a negative x. I get 3 times a negative x quantity cubed minus 1. That is 3. Negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1 is negative. X times x times x is x cubed minus 1, which gives me 3 times a negative 1, a negative 3 x cubed minus 1. So I am now ready to check my terms. Negative 3x cubed, 3x cubed. Those are opposites. Negative 1, negative 1. Those are the same. So this is neither even nor odd because it is not everything opposite or everything the same. Okay, let's look at our last one. Plug in a negative x. So it is the cube root of 5 times the negative x. That gives me the cube root of a negative 5x. The cube root of a negative 1 is a negative 1. There is no cube root of 5, and there is no cube root of x. So my result is a negative 1 times the cube root of 5x. So let's check our final. Negative cube root of 5x squared compared to the cube root of 5x. Those are opposites. So it is an odd function. I hope this helps you understand even function, odd function,